It's back. Woo! Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts on the sands of Virginia Beach, April 26th through 28th, with performances by Juicy J, and Elite Chopper, along with T Grizzly, Skilla Baby, 310 Baby, and Shorty Shorty. A full weekend of entertainment going down Oceanfront with DJs, food, and more. Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts. Get your tickets now at OdysseyOceanfrontConcerts.com. That's AUDACY, OceanfrontConcerts.com.
Hey, what time is it, kids?
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
When it's radio, it's just, those words are gone. Everything we do here, it's in a vacuum.
Jeff Lutz.
I have something against most older people's ideas. They just don't have any. We're at the top of pretty much everything. And here are boomers. Hey, I got my house and my Social Security, and I'm good.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Your visit is always discreet.
Stand by for action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's a Thursday edition of the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, your co-hosts. We're here until 4 o'clock. Max Power producing engineering. We got baseball, the home opener for the Cardinals. Are the Guardians playing their home opener today?
Well, they play their home opener Monday. They're playing the Twins' home opener today.
Twins get to open at home today. Good for the Twins.
In about an hour.
Good for the Twins. We'll be watching, of course, the Cardinals here on
they're
my
bad.
television.
Wouldn't you rather watch a team that can play a little bit?
The Cardinals aren't bad.
Have some joy.
They actually, if you'd have told me they'd go 3-4 on that first trip through L.A. and San Diego, I'd have taken it.
For sure.
So I'm going to take it.
Take it.
We move on. We got the Marlins, who
Marlins.
haven't won a game yet. What the heck? Feel bad for Skip Schumacher, but not bad enough to want him to win any games this weekend or this week. Yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be an uphill climb for the youngster in Miami.
Cardinals banged up. Royals play today against the White Sox. And the Royals, as you heard Ted Woodward speak of, their bullpen has not been good. Their starting pitching has been superb through the first 6 games of the year. But their bullpen has blown some of those games, and they're only 2-4. If they get the bullpen figured out.
It's a lot, if.
That's starting pitching.
They try to get the bullpen figured out.
Cole Reagans has been incredible ever since he got to Kansas City. Brady Singer looks like he's rediscovered something based on one start.
Yeah, we can't.
Lugo and Waka were very good in their first starts, and then Alec Marsh was really good in his start.
Good. Good for the Royals.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care about the Guardians.
Well, I'm not talking about the Guardians.
Nobody in this market cares about the Guardians.
In this market? What are we, in Indianapolis?
In this entire market.
This isn't a market. We're just sitting here
metro market.
Podunk, Kansas.
We're in the Wichita metro market, and there's 3 Guardians fans that I know of, and you're all a bunch of
4.
losers. You're all a bunch of losers.
Don't forget Bob Getz.
Yeah, life hasn't gone well for any of you.
Well, we're doing just fine.
Now,
I wasn't talking about the Guardians, but
Scott Griffith
they've been
that,
great.
I apologize.
They've been great, 2-4. I mean, come on. Save
I like
it
talking
with the
about
Royals.
baseball.
So do I, but save it with this Royals optimism. They're not going to be any good.
I think they will be.
Okay.
They had Corbin Burns beat. If they just get a decent bullpen performance, they win that game. They win 2 of 3 against a 101-win team from last year. I think the Royals are good, and I think they'll end up with a better record than Cleveland.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
I
don't.
honestly do.
No, you don't. You don't think that. That is asinine.
I honestly do.
I will bet you anything. Anything
I'm not
in
betting,
the world.
but I just believe it.
Then you must not believe it that strongly.
I'm not betting. I just believe
There's no way you believe that.
I do believe
There's
it.
no way you
Based
believe
on what I'm seeing early, I do believe it.
What are you seeing early?
You beat a couple bad teams.
The Mariners are bad. Luis Castillo's bad.
They're not
George
very
Kirby's
good.
bad. Pummeled them. Didn't beat them. Pummeled them.
I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Well, we didn't have somebody.
I don't care about
We
the
didn't
Guardians.
have somebody beat we beat somebody.
I couldn't care less about the Guardians.
That's fine. You just made the dumbest statement in the history
No, I
of radio.
believe it. I think the Tigers will have a better record.
They've scored 2 runs in like 9 games. No.
Well, that's what I believe.
Well, you're not paying any attention then.
And I get to believe what I want to believe.
You do, but I wish you were a little smarter.
No, the Cleveland's off to a nice start. They can't hit.
They can't hit.
They're off to a nice start.
Most runs in the league, but can't hit.
Tigers are undefeated. Guardians are 5-2. Twins are 3-2. Royals are 2-4. And then you look over at the National League Central, which is supposed to be awful. Pittsburgh's 5-1. They did lose their most recent game. Milwaukee 4-1. The Reds are 4-2, and the Cubs are 4-2.
Tough division.
The two central divisions have been much better than advertised through the first week of the year.
Okay, well, you're going to talk about the Guardians beating bad teams. The Tigers swept the White Sox and have taken 1 against the Mets.
Pretty good. Pretty good effort by
Pretty good teams, yeah.
By the Detroit Tigers, and I feel good for Tom Thurber down
For
there
what?
in Alabama, cheering on his beloved Tigers.
Can't wait to beat them. I just can't wait. Shut you up, because that is just dumb. I mean, you said dumb stuff. It's all right, but I mean,
if the listening audience here will agree that my baseball knowledge is without peer.
no, it's not. You just throw out predictions. You don't actually look at any metrics or trends or anything. It's just, I might have heard something third hand about this team, so now this is going to be my belief system, and I'm going to form my identity around it. That's not what we do.
April 21st, you have your last of 6 games with Oakland. It's actually 7. Good grief. 7 of your first 20 games are with Oakland? I mean, come on.
Well, we got the Yankees. We got the Twins.
I could get 3 guys from down the road and we'd beat the Oakland A's.
Do you know that every team in the American League Central is going to play the A's that many times?
Here's where you need to get to me, okay? I'm going to give you the stretch of games starting on April 23rd. You got Boston for 3. You go to Atlanta for 3. You go to Houston for 3. You got the Angels for 3. Out of those 12 games, if you can go 500, I'll believe in you.
8.
You'll go 8-4.
We'll take 8. No doubts.
Now who's delusional?
We'll sweep the Angels. We'll take 2 from Boston and 2 from Houston and 1 from Atlanta.
Silliness. Anyway, baseball's off to a good start, and I'm fired up about it, and I'm looking forward to watching today.
Of course, we all are.
Now, you know we're going to bring the Clydesdales out here in a minute. And then
I'm not going to turn around and
then
look
the
at
Cardinals, all the Cardinals will be driven around the warning track.
Let me know when Ozzie gets out there. I'll watch him. But
that's part of the opening day ceremony.
Okay, well, don't try to
do things like
guilt
that.
me into turning around to watching
In
it.
Cleveland, they roll out a 1948 Rolls Royce.
We don't need to
with
pat
Bob
ourselves.
Feller dead in the back.
We don't need to pat ourselves on the back.
And that's what you do to celebrate your heritage.
Why are you bringing Bob Feller's? I mean, a war hero. Is that the guy you want to insult?
That was so funny.
It's not even funny. Not funny even a little
Rickles
bit.
at his best.
Then why wasn't anybody laughing, do you think?
This audience, listen, I do this show in a vacuum. I believe the audience is rolling on the floor.
They're not.
When I say something like that.
Well, they might be like they...
Do you mind if I test our audience of one?
Because their stomachs hurt?
Max? The Bob Feller in the back dead. Funny stuff, correct?
He's definitely say funny. Yes. Max, you're a moron.
He said definitely funny.
But not, I mean, he's gonna do that. The only negativity we get from Max is when we ask him to play Beyonce. Everything else, like, yeah, funny, yeah,
Well,
guys,
he
yeah,
thinks you're
guys.
funny.
I am.
But he doesn't really think you're funny.
I don't think he really thinks you're funny. I can't imagine someone taking that hack material and saying, yeah, that's good stuff.
I just know my friends always thought I was funny, and that's really all that matters.
Everybody thinks I'm funny.
You don't have friends.
They all think I'm funny. We'll ask them when we convene this weekend.
They won't. They won't think you're funny.
Yeah, they will.
I've never once seen them laugh at anything you said.
Never? I mean, that's
And
a
by
long
the way,
time.
they're not going to be here Saturday. We're talking about Saturday, Sunday WrestleMania. Of course, we got the Final Four as well Saturday.
What's Saturday? They're celebrating the birthday?
Celebrating a birthday on Saturday. So,
Well, surely they'll be done by. They'll come by after, won't they?
I think it's an evening
You
celebration.
can't miss The Rock.
I think it's an evening celebration, and more power to them. And happy birthday to Debbie Griffiths.
Well,
the
if it was your
matriarch.
birthday, you're going without me to that dinner.
Really?
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
That's how I roll.
Really?
Absolutely.
So on let's say I celebrate my 70th birthday next year. Now it doesn't happen to be on the weekend of WrestleMania, but you had something else happening.
Yeah, sorry.
What would you go to?
The other thing.
Really?
What is the other thing?
I don't know. You tell me. You talk about me being mean-spirited in my humor.
Well, you tried to tweak me earlier, and now here I come out swinging. I mean, we could have a nice, friendly little conversation here. But when I'm like a caged animal. You know what I'm saying? I'll lay there, and you'll look at me and say I'm cute. But the minute you threaten me,
Nobody's ever looked at you and thought,
the minute
you're
you threaten
cute.
me.
Here's what we have on the show today. Wichita Wind Surge manager Ramon Borrego will join us at 2:25. The Wind Surge, who do they have tomorrow night?
Frisco?
Is it Frisco?
I think.
Season opener at Riverfront Stadium. And I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there for a pregame ceremony representing League 42.
Exciting. Can't wait. I'll be there too.
Well, I am looking forward to it. And we'll be up in the Fidelity Bank Club, and they're treating us well. We appreciate
Who all is joining you for that?
my wife.
So the Fidelity Bank Club holds like 800 people,
Yeah, I'm going up there with my wife tomorrow night.
and with just all the other groups. It's not
Sure.
it's not exclusively a League 42.
No, it's opening night.
I know what it is.
What do you do? What's your role tomorrow
Official
night?
scorer.
Really?
Yeah,
You're the official scorer.
that's right.
That's so bad.
Why is that so bad?
I don't know. I just think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
You don't seem like the official scorer type to me.
what? Why is that?
You don't seem like you're attentive enough.
I watch every pitch.
It seems like you're distracted, looking at your phone, checking the Guardians score.
I do
Seems
that
to me-
between innings.
Seems to me like you'd miss some things.
I don't miss anything.
Well, good luck to you. I like my official score to be right there on the game,
As I am.
never looking away.
Well, I
No.
just said I watch every pitch. I don't know what else you want from me.
No discussion, no
Of
banter.
course, there's discussion.
Just you're in your own little space.
Well, I like talking with people. We always talk about baseball, so I think it's okay.
At 2:45, Denise Neil from the Wichita Eagle will join us to talk about food and restaurants. And today at 3:25 or thereabouts, our friend Mike Furchess will join the show, and we'll talk pop culture and just talk to Mike. I like talking to Mike. You know, Mike's the kind of guy that I don't think I probably agree with him on more than about half of the things in the world. But he's the kind of guy you can have a discussion with, and it's okay. And those people are in short supply nowadays.
Think so?
There's me and Mike, and that's about it.
Okay.
You're not there. I can have
Nor do I want to be about some things. I don't want to have discussions about.
I like to have discussions about things. Now, you're not going to change my mind on a lot of things, but I like to have discussions. I enjoy knowing the perspective of other people. And that doesn't mean I like hearing them, but I think it's important to hear them. And Mike and I probably agree on more than we disagree.
I don't know.
I'm going to ask him today what his perception is.
I don't
He's
know.
listening right now. Mike, text me. What percentage of really important things, Mike, do you think we agree on? I'm going to say 53%.
No, not even close.
Why?
Just it's not there. It's just not there.
You're saying I'm too high.
Yes.
Well, I don't think I am.
Okay, that's fine. I know I'm not at 53 probably with Mike, and that's
Where
okay.
are you?
Based on some of his social media rhetoric, probably in the 25 range.
Really?
Probably.
Where are you with me?
70 probably.
Boy, you really are crazed.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Mike will join us. Now on the pop culture front, Mike and I are we're almost the same, right?
I don't think so.
No?
No, he goes and watches a ton of movies. Whether he
I
thinks
used to.
but he does.
Doesn't that count?
I don't know. I think I don't know.
Maybe movies will become, I don't know, man. I watch a lot of, I watch a lot of shows. It's not
Yes.
like I've lost my interest in entertainment and movies. It's just that I choose a different venue to get them.
Right. As I've said for a long time, TV is now a movie because they release it all at once and you're done. And movies are TV because everything's a trilogy, or we got to wait a year until the next one comes out. And the two mediums have reversed the way they're perceived by audiences, in my opinion.
Well, I feel good about where I am.
Watched Top Chef last night. Do you enjoy that show?
Don't watch it.
No, that's too bad.
Probably should. Can't get to everything.
It's a good show.
We watched the FBI series, you know that. And we watch a lot of sports, especially, we just watch a lot of sports.
I need to get to the Bray Wyatt
I
documentary.
married a
at some
woman.
point.
I did watch the Roman Reigns documentary.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but it was in character.
Some of it.
Most of it.
A lot of it.
Most of it.
I'll stick at a lot. Not most.
So that didn't appeal to me as much. But it's fine. It was a good reminder of his career. But it was too much in character.
Yeah, but he talked about his leukemia and his
He
family and
But
stuff.
we didn't really get it at Joe.
Okay, that's fair, probably.
We didn't really get to Joe. I never saw his wife. Never saw his kids. It was okay, but it wasn't great. It's not going to win any awards. It wasn't a real showing of who he is.
No, it was done by Paul Heyman, and it's the wrestling business. You got to keep some stuff close to the vest, especially.
Well, I understand that, but again,
I get it, but he's the biggest heel in the company, and you don't want to lose any heat going into the biggest show.
well, no, you don't want to lose any heat.
And make Roman Reigns.
Although The Rock's out there doing 19,000 different things. Some of it is Dwayne Johnson, the movie star. Then he's trying to be this bad guy. I mean,
he can do that.
It defies logic.
Oh, The
in many
Rock
ways.
is so good. Everyone's in on it. Everyone gets it. Everyone knows what The Rock is doing.
I get it. I just
They still love him. Everybody loves The Rock. I mean, you can't take your eyes off the kid when he's on he's on television.
I wish he'd slam you to the.
I bet me and The Rock would get along fine.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, you'd be so nervous.
No nerves.
What'd Teddy Long tell you when you tried to get him on the show?
Teddy was not a nice
So,
guy.
Did he answer? Did you call him?
I called him and he called me back.
And what was his? What did he say when he called you
I
back?
said that I didn't know who it was.
He had to say something first. So
right.
I said hello.
But I didn't know who it was because it came in from a restricted number.
Okay.
Even though I called his number, I didn't understand that. So I was initially taken aback, and I said, "Is this Teddy?" And I think that started putting him off. And initially, because I didn't know exactly who I was talking to.
When you said, "Is this Teddy?"
He said, "Yeah." He took a pause and it was the dumbest question ever. And then I said, "Hey, we're trying to get some wrestling guests on the show this week because it's WrestleMania." And he goes, "Okay, so why are you calling me?" I think I just said why, Teddy. And then he said, "Oh, I don't do podcasts," which is a total lie. And I said, all these guys are telling me no. Why all these wrestling guys not able to do this? He goes, "It's nobody's business why I'm not doing it." Oh, it's not your business why I'm doing
Well,
it.
good for Teddy.
Teddy was a jerk. But then he said, "Hey, you have a good day, my man."
Well, he's staying in character.
No, I think he's not a bad guy character.
He's kind of, he's not going to put up with it.
Teddy Long would have been fun. I wonder if he would have yelled at us on the air.
I'd have yelled right back at him.
I know. I just said thanks, bye. But I was in the newsroom, so
You do what you can. You do what you got to do.
yeah.
All right, time for a break. Again, the Wind Surge opening tomorrow night at Riverfront Stadium. Can't wait. Baseball back in town. The AA Wind Surge Farm Club of the Minnesota Twins. We'll talk to their manager, Ramon Borrego, next.
It's back. Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts on the sands of Virginia Beach, April 26th through 28th, with performances by Juicy J and Elite Chopper, along with T Grizzly, Skilla Baby, 310 Baby, and Shorty Shorty. A full weekend of entertainment going down Oceanfront with DJs, food, and more. Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts. Get your tickets now at OdysseyOceanfrontConcerts.com. That's AUDACY, OceanfrontConcerts.com.
On 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Ramon Borrego joins us, the only manager the Wichita Wind Surge has ever known. He's back for the 2024 season, which kicks off tomorrow night at Riverfront Stadium. 7:05 first pitch against Frisco. Hello, Ramon. Thank you for being on the show.
No, guys, thank you. Thank you, guys, for having me in your show.
Well, we look forward to it. You had 2 very good years. Last year on the field certainly wasn't as good as the first couple of years, but a lot of people came out and watched the team last year. You're playing, in my opinion, in one of the great facilities in all of minor league baseball. How much fun has it been for you to be with the Wind Surge?
No, like you guys say, I'm just happy to be here. Like it's been really good years, the past 3. So obviously, like you say, 21 and 22, we just and make it to the final, but we accomplish our goal, But I mean, last year we're kind of bouncing around, but we almost fight to the playoff until the last game. But always it's a pleasure to go back. Last year was a great year, as a team, because I mean we I think it was a second or third in attenders. So we make it, the people just come to the stadium. It's all about watching us play.
So what did you see, Ramon, during spring training? I know the rosters weren't set, but you probably had a fairly good idea of who might be coming to Wichita. What was the spring training experience like, and what were kind of some of the kind of philosophies shared by the organization?
No, absolutely. I mean, like you say, I started the spring training, the big league camp mostly, but basically I have some idea, how my rosters look like. Okay, so I had the chance to have my team, my full roster. I'm gonna be honest to you, like 3 days before I came here. Okay. So even one guy, Ortega, was the last day, in the CR roster, and finally he just transferred to my roster. But we got it really, or it's like a 75% of my roster. They prospects guy, we have a lot of priority. One of those is Emma Rodriguez is in the 40-man roster. What we looking with Rodriguez just to be healthy. And I think he's healthy. He can do a lot of things for the team, And beside that, we have Shobo, we have Ben Ross back, we us and those guys being proven a lot. What I see in spring training. Ben Ross play, very solid shortstop. Though basically, it's going to be or everyday shortstop. And beside that, we have a lot, pitchers, Marco Raya, is a one-stop proper too. and adding it all, enrolling those guys back to us and, gain more experiences. That's a good thing to see.
Talking with Ramon Borrego, the manager of the Wichita Wind Surge. So yeah, I'm big into minor league baseball because I like the prospect game, and I checked out MLB Pipeline. You mentioned Emmanuel Rodriguez. I want you to talk a little bit more in depth about him, the overall number 3 prospect in the Twins organization. There are 5 other players listed on the MLB Pipeline top 30 who are opening here in Wichita. One of those is not Walker Jenkins. Where is he opening?
He's opening in Fort Myers. Yeah, he's opening Fort Myers. So I mean, Jenkins. I mean, is I had the chance to see it. Like I say, the last week of spring training, and he's getting, he's improving. So for team, he's not going to be longer there for sure. He's going to be there. Like I say always for the players, he's healthy. He started moving quickly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but he's a fast mover. I wouldn't be shocked to see him in Wichita sometime this year. Would you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right now, or coordinators and obviously the front office. I mean, they're not afraid to move players now. The player they think they're ready. They just gonna put it in the right spot. Even like you say, he's starting the low A, but I don't think so. He's gonna be longer there. He's gonna get CR. For his age, he's very mature. He know how to play the game, though. But I'm with you. Totally agree with you. And we don't surprise you. We probably had Jenkins, in the end of the season here.
So, and by the way, he's the number 1 prospect for the Minnesota Twins, so I wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
So, Ramon, I'm just curious because I watch a lot of Cleveland Guardians games, and the other day, Brian Rocchio, who happens to be from Venezuela like you are, did his first interview in English, and it was very inspiring for a guy, obviously that's not his first language, to want to do that. I would never criticize anyone who doesn't want to do that, but where did you begin to learn English? How did baseball help you? And how do the Twins help Latin players who want to learn English?
Well, we right now. Let's talking about right now. Right now, the Twins have an education program for those players. Right now, it's starting from Dominican. Okay, start from Dominican, and they take it proud about that. So they take an English class every day. They spend like an hour. So they give it like a schedule. For each player, to follow that schedule. This morning I was talking with Amanda Daly. That's the lady in charge of the education. So we're putting together, a schedule for Emma Rodriguez. So basically, right now it's bigger in the time I play. All time. I mean, you have to learn English. Find a way how to learn English. So one of the things I did was I tried to hang out more with the American players, okay? So instead got my roommate a Latin player. I just tried to get with American players all the time. So, and the other thing was not afraid to say anything. You say something and you have somebody right next to you, they can just help out, how pronunciation and stuff like that. Obviously, I'll be honest with you, I never take a class. I just learn my English, like just be around people, be around American people. I like I say, I always try to expose myself to that and not afraid to say anything. And I have it like a little notebook. So I just put in like a goal. Every day I'm gonna try to learn. Like 10 or 15. So I just write down and I just try to after the game or soon I get to the hotel starting, just study that one. So that was basically, but now the Minnesota Twins has a bigger program, They take a lot of, they force the players to go to do it, and I think that's bigger for us.
Ramon Borrego with us, manager of the Wichita Wind Surge, his 4th year in that capacity. Wind Surge opens tomorrow, 7:05, first pitch against Frisco at Riverfront Stadium. So tell us about Emmanuel Rodriguez. He's the number 3 prospect in the Twins organization. Tell us about him as a player, what kind of tools he has. What is his ceiling, in your opinion, Ramon?
Yeah, well, we're talking about, Rodriguez. When we're talking about Rodriguez, we're talking about basically the whole packet, okay? So that guy, he can run, he can play defense, he got a good arm, he can hit, and he can hit for a power. So basically, right there, that's the whole packet right there. We're talking. I'm not surprised the Emma, in some point, when start the season, he's been in AAA very soon. We the only thing we Emma, we just thinking about just be healthy, because in the past he just got so many injuries. That's the one thing, just being taken for a short time for any reason, But right now, our biggest thing is keeping him healthy. If he's healthy, he can do a lot of things. So Emma Rodriguez he have the whole package. He has potential to be an everyday player in the major league. So and like I say, it's no surprise that probably we can see in end of September by the big league team try to help. The thing is, like I say, just be healthy. And Emma is a great kid, with a great education. He's one of those, we force, to just get the learn English. That's the only thing, he's just working so hard right now. He put in a lot of effort in that part. But, other than that, he had the whole package. He got the potential to help the team in some point.
So, Ramon, I'm curious about you again. Just what thoughts you have about rising in the Twins organization? Would you like to be on the big league staff? Do you think that's where your career will take you ultimately, or do you enjoy managing that much that you want to do that?
No, absolutely. This is a good point. Obviously, my goal is just to be in the big league at some point. I think I'm ready to do it. The only thing, everything in everywhere, that's moving. The big league team had their stuff, for a long time already. We, in the company with Rocco Bardelli. So that part, is keeping us, the AAA stuff is being there for 4 years too. And I've been in AA for 4 years too, and 5 I think we count with the Pensacola. So obviously this is my goal. My goal is to work in the big league, at some point. Could be with the Twins or could be with somebody else.
Well, we're happy you're back in Wichita for your 4th year, and we look forward to this season. It gets started again tomorrow night at Riverfront Stadium, the Wind Surge against Frisco. Ramon, thank you.
No, thank you. So, it's going to be a great season for the Wind Surge in 2024.
Thank you again.
Thanks.
We look forward to it. We'll see you out there.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, Ramon Borrego from the Wichita Wind Surge. Well, what a friendly guy.
Like him a lot.
I do like him a lot.
Yeah. Me too.
So, yeah, I look forward to that. This Walker Jenkins kid is a high schooler.
Correct.
And obviously regarded as one of the best prospects in baseball. And they're rightly starting him at the lowest level of A-ball. But he'll be a fast riser, in my opinion, based on what I read about him.
Fort Myers the lowest?
It is. It's the Florida State League. Then they're Cedar Rapids is their
right.
high A. Again, the times you use "that's right" when you're talking to me it's unbelievable.
I just couldn't remember the hierarchy, but yeah, it's correct.
Well, how come I can remember it? Tell the people.
I don't know.
No, tell the people.
Some things you can remember, and I don't. Sometimes you don't remember something, and I do. There's nothing.
Tell the people.
There's nothing out of the ordinary about any of this.
Tell the people.
I did.
When I was when my dad was 70, I was how old was I, for crying out loud? I was
27.
And I'll guarantee you I remembered more than him.
Okay, great.
And that's not so much the case with you.
Well, that is not something I care about.
Apparently not. But I take great pride in it.
I'm glad.
Denise Neil joins us. She's never had a lonely old night in her life. Denise,
What does
welcome.
that mean?
I don't know.
What does that
I'd like
mean?
to know. Let's just leave that
I don't know
there.
what went through my head there.
Interesting. Let's just leave that
Well,
there.
So, as we talk to you, the Cardinals Hall of Famers are being driven around the warning track before the St. Louis season opener today at Busch Stadium. So forgive me if my attention is slightly distracted.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I will. It's so funny.
He's starting off hot, isn't he, Denise?
I'm completely unaware of that. It just shows everybody's got different interests.
Yeah,
You know?
and listen, we all have an interest in food, and I just wanted to ask you, because you do a fantastic job, and you post your stuff on social media, and I look at it, but there's so many now food people in Wichita. How much of a competition is it?
I mean, I don't think it's any different than it's ever been. It's just, restaurants close and restaurants open. It's like a never-ending carousel. You know what I mean? They come, they go. I don't really feel like there's particularly more or less than there was when I first started doing this. Well, maybe a little bit more, but
Well, social media has blown up to some degree since you
people
started
talk
doing
about it more, so maybe you notice it more.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
That's probably it.
Yeah, exactly.
Denise, there's a headline on one of your stories. Farmers Market season starts Saturday in Wichita. Here's what's in store for the Big Two. Am I a bad Wichitan if I don't know the Big Two farmers markets in town?
Well, you're just a person who's not interested in farmers markets, apparently.
It's not necessarily
I don't know if you're a
that.
bad person. Bob, do you know the Big Two?
I know one of the Big Two is at the Sedgwick County Extension Office, right?
Okay. Yep, that's right. That's
And
the
then
one.
the second one, I believe, is in downtown, kind of on
Correct.
the borderline of Old Town.
Yes, it's the Old Town Farm and Art Market. Yeah, those are the big two: the
Wow.
Sedgwick County Extension Center and the Old Town Farm and Art Market. And tons of people pack into those things Saturday mornings, especially in the summertime. And they're all getting ready to. Both of the big ones are getting ready to launch this weekend for the season. They've been closed since the weather got cold, and that's always kind of.
And
a
that's
big deal
something
when
I
they get
need to
going.
do with my wife. I've
No, you
decided
should. It's
that.
really fun because it's not just like, in the summertime it's vegetables, and that's what kind of really fun to buy, to go home and cook something seasonal. But the farmers markets are just full of vendors. There's people selling food, drinks, prepared foods, pastries, plants, soap, just like meat. You can get fresh butchered meat. There's like so many things you can get there. And then there's music, and it's kind of just like a party, and people just pack into those things on Saturday mornings. So it's a big deal when they start back up.
Denise Neil, our guest from the Wichita Eagle. Dining with Denise is her Facebook page, and I imagine you all follow that. So if you don't, please do.
Yeah.
So one of your most recent posts happened today, and you said you've kind of been addicted to the Belmont's happy hour. Do we need to help you?
I don't really think I need help yet. I don't think I need help yet. I save up for the happy hour. I'm a teetotaler on a weekday, and then on the weekend I get crazy. They're not crazy, but
So what's good about the Belmont's happy hour?
Well, I don't know. It's not just the Belmont's happy hour, but since my daughter Lexi has left for college, I have a little bit more free time on my hands on the weekends, and my girlfriends and I have been saying on Saturdays, if we have something. Like last weekend, our husband's band, sometimes on Sunday, was playing at Kirby's at 6:00. So we were like, let's go to happy hour. And a lot of restaurants around town have happy hour. And they, like the Belmont, for example, they have really great craft cocktails. And those are normally going to be like anywhere from $10 to $15 a piece, but during happy hour you get them for $7 a piece, so it doesn't break your bank as quickly. They don't really have any discount food, but a lot of restaurants will have like half price appetizers. So generally happy hours will be like 4 to 6-ish. And so if you go during those times, you can save a lot and have a little afternoon fun. And so I've just been going to that Belmont happy hour a little bit too often lately, but I love it. I'm not sorry about it.
So you just said, and you've experienced it now, your daughter off to college. That's something that's going to happen to me here shortly.
Yeah.
Not something I'm necessarily excited about. Definitely excited for her, but it's also a little sad. How are you handling that, and what advice would you give me?
Well, Jeff, you need to call me when it happens to you, because I was really depressed for the first several months she was gone, and then I started to get used to it. And, you just get used to them. You start to realize that they're probably going to be fine up there, and you realize they do come back home. And so now it's like when she's home, I'm glad to see her, but when she's not home, I just do my own thing. But I really miss her. But it gets easier. You've got to give it a few months.
All right.
Denise Neil is our guest. We're talking food, restaurants, and sentiment about daughters leaving for
Oh, you
college.
like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Denise is well-rounded.
Hard.
I get it.
It's really hard.
So we've got a bunt cake place going in at 29th and Mays, and we also have a dirty soda chain. What's dirty soda? I'm out of the loop on that. Bring me into the loop.
Well, this is a new trend that the youngsters have made popular on like TikTok and Instagram, but not new, but new for us. It started in Utah, or kind of got Swig started in Utah, this place we're getting. But we already have one dirty soda shop. It's called Just a Sip, and it's local. And there's going to be 3 of them, owned by the guy who has Papa's General Store. And basically what you do is you get a soda, and then you can, any kind of soda, and then you add sweet syrup, creamers, flavored creamers, and fruit or whatever. You just doctor the soda up with like extra flavors. And they come up with all kinds of combos, and then you can come up with your own combos. But the kids on TikTok really like showing off their, what they come up with. And so dirty soda is kind of a thing with Gen Z. And now it's coming here finally. Like Wichita always gets the big trends a few years after the fact. And so here we are. We finally arrived with dirty soda. I haven't had one yet because I try to save my calories for actual food. Or alcoholic beverages. I'm not going to drink like a full sugar soda ever. And so I could make a dirty soda with a Diet Coke, but then I'm filling it full of like sugary syrups and creamers, and that kind of defeats the purpose. So I'd like to try a dirty soda. Young people love them. So I will try one eventually, but I've always been a fan, like at Sonic, of getting like some vanilla syrup in my Coke. So I think it's kind of like that, or some cherry syrup in your Coke. Then you can also get cherries and some cream and some coconut cream and whatever.
So Nola's going to Kellogg and Tyler. What are the long-term benefits of that move, according to Mr. Nola?
Well, I'm not sure that I don't think it was completely up to Mr. Nola. His lease is up, and his landlords also owned that taco shop building. Taco Pronto. A few years ago, Taco Pronto left, and they tore that one down. So I think I get the feeling, this isn't confirmed information, that those landlords are trying to get rid of those buildings there, those little strip of buildings that are on the corner of Central and Ridge, on the southwest corner facing north. And so he's going to lose his lease on Halloween. So he had to find a new place to go. And he decided to just build instead of trying to find a place that would suit his needs. So he got this piece of land right next to that Sticky Bird at Kellogg and Tyler, where Waltz used to sit. I don't know if you guys remember, but Waltz used to sit there in a portable diner building.
Oh, absolutely, we remember.
Yeah, right. And a few years ago, they moved that building away, and now Sticky Bird has a restaurant there, and now Nola's will be right next to it. So they'll start construction this summer and probably be in that building by Thanksgiving. But in the meantime, they'll still be there at Central and Ridge. So people can still get pizza there. Don't give up on it yet. It's still open until they move.
Yeah, I used to hang out at that intersection, that corner a lot at Side Pockets, if you'll remember, back in the day.
I do. I wondered if you had given up on Side Pockets.
Yeah, love that place.
They no longer have the Lutz Lounge.
They don't. They no longer have that. Nope. That came and went.
I'll talk to my friend Jill. She's got some pull there. We need to get the Lutz Lounge back in business.
I'm not a regular there the way I used to be.
Well, maybe you would be if
Denise
there was a Lutz Lounge.
Well, maybe. Denise Neil with us. So I drive by 21st and Amadon, or 13th and Amadon a lot, checking on the barbecue restaurant that we think will open someday. They keep making small progress. Do you have an update?
I was just about to tell you that. This week or last week, the owner posted a picture showing some of the progress. Looks like he's getting some outdoor seating, parking lots ready. He said first 2 weeks of May.
Wow.
We're almost there.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a nice place.
I think so. And
I'm pumped about it.
As much as you have been pining for this place, I feel like you better be a regular there.
I'm certainly going to try it out. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are some great barbecue places in town. Pig In, Pig Out is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Hog Wild. You can't go wrong. Station 8. But I always I'm a big fan of barbecue.
Yep.
All right. On that exciting note.
Oh, I thought there was a butt coming. I was waiting for the butt. I'm a big fan of barbecue, but.
Yeah, there's really no but. It's just that was it.
He's just saying he probably will like it.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, the restaurants are fortunate to have you and others who write about them. I read a post. I don't know if it was your post or some other post the other day about this little kind of hole in the wall asso over at Lincoln, Lincoln and Oliver.
Yep.
And I am definitely going to go over there here.
What kind of food is that?
It's Oriental food, Chinese food.
All right.
Right, Asian food. Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to go over there because was it your piece, Denise? Was it your story about that restaurant?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, they made it sound really appealing, so I'm going to go over there and try it.
Okay.
And on that note.
Okay.
On that note, we have come to the end of this exciting interview with one of our favorites, Denise Neil. Thank you, Denise.
Well, it was my pleasure. I tried not to talk over you as much, so hopefully we did better.
I do want you to come and visit me at our new League 42 building one of these days. Just stop in.
Are you back in the studio?
I'm pretty much my best laid plans were to be in the studio on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and we haven't really made that happen consistently yet, but it will happen. But I'm there Mondays and Tuesday in the morning, so come by sometime.
Okay, I would really love to. I haven't seen you in a long time. You see my husband more than me now.
Yeah, and I appreciate them doing this documentary about League 42 and the statue theft, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to work on that project with them.
They'll do a good job for you, I promise.
All right. Thank you, Denise.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. There goes Denise Neil. We'll take a break. We got an hour left of the show. We've got Mike Furchess coming up at about 3:25 or thereabouts. We might get to Mike a little earlier. We'll talk some pop culture. Mike estimated that he and I agree on 65 to 70%
really?
of things.
Huh.
And he estimated you and him agree on 40 to 50%.
Really? Wow.
So we'll get with Mike here in a bit.
I don't want to talk any of that stuff.
No, we're not going to talk that stuff.
All right, good.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
It's back. Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts on the sands of Virginia Beach, April 26th through 28th, with performances by Juicy J and Elite Chopper, along with T Grizzly, Skilla Baby, 310 Baby, and Shorty Shorty. A full weekend of entertainment going down Oceanfront with DJs, food, and more. Odyssey's Oceanfront Concerts. Get your tickets now at OdysseyOceanfrontConcerts.com. That's AUDACY, OceanfrontConcerts.com.